WesWes Show.
All right, boys, let's go into our Delhi M predictions. They've gone behind closed doors. All the numbers are being counted. We had some predictions early in the year. Stace, you went in with Scotty Drinkwater from the Cowboys. Si, you were picking SJ to go one better than last year, and uh, and I went with Nico Hines, who was leading early on until he got the call up to Origin, and that was his that was his slide. But it's gone behind closed doors. Let's go around and just see your guys' thoughts on. We'll go to you first, Stace. I think you called out probably one of the most popular Dally M picks with Jarome. You sticking with that?
Yeah, I hope so. He's been the best player all year. But I thought SJ was the best player last year and he didn't win it. So sometimes, I'm not a fan of how they do the voting system with the 3-2-1. Because you think about a team like, say, Penrith, for instance, they've been the best team for a long time. Probably the best team we've seen in the NRL era, at least. But no one of their players will ever win with that 3-2-1 because you think Cleary gets points and then Dylan Edwards gets points, Isaiah Yeo gets points, and they're taking points of each other. So I'm not a fan of the system per se. It's normally one of those sort of one-man band type guys like Nico Hines and Kalen Ponga, these types of guys who win it. But Hughes, I think he's been the best player all year. I hope he wins it. What he's done without, Munster and Pappenhausen who haven't been there, which has probably helped his Dally in points because you think they would have picked up some points along the way. But he's been the best player all season on the eye test, so I hope he gets the award.
Roch?
What's the current standing at the moment? I'm just trying
to...
F.
Yeah, I think they stopped counting. They went behind closed doors a few weeks back, and Jahrome Hughes was leading. But
they did shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got one.
No one really knows.
So what was the latest? What was the most up to date? Because I'm trying to get one, but I've got a one from back on May, and it's got Dylan Edwards leading with 31 points.
Oh yeah.
I think that was round 12.
Yeah.
I don't know where to get a updated one.
I wonder, that could be the last time before it went behind closed doors. I'm not sure, but if you look at that list, Hughes is well down.
Yeah,
so
Hughes is not even in the
second half.
Hughes is not even in the picking order there yet.
Oh,
yeah, he's with 18 or below. But then you've got Dylan Edwards on 31 at this stage, Nico Hines 30, Cherry Evans 27, Yo from Panthers is 24, Tedesco and Kika on 23. And then Isaiah Katoa from the Dolphins at 21. And then Turbo 21, Zach Lomax 21, and Carrigan on 21 too. So that's the last list I've got.
Those last three all went backwards.
And that's,
Yeah. I think Tedesco might be interesting. He's had a really good year as well. He got dropped from the New South Wales team, but for the Roosters at least.
Yeah,
he's had a good year, so he might be a guy who's in the running as well. Given if this is the last thing for when he's behind closed doors,
they're saying he's in everyone's fullback, Dally M.
Oh, fullback Dally M.
Just on stats, everything. But I would say from the Panthers would be my fullback, but he's been out injured as well, and he played Origin, so he's missed out points in those games. Dylan Edwards, so probably Teddy's. But I think there's about 3 or 4 Cherry Evans and Hughes. But Hughes for me, I'm off Stace. Hughes would be my pick to get it.
Yeah, because Tedesco is saying that he's got 151 tackle busts, 21 line breaks, 32 line break assists, 26 try assists. So he's had a good year, old Tedesco. 22 games this year. But, especially like you mentioned, being dumped by New South Wales, but then called in at the 11th hour to replace an injured Edwards. He, still showed that he could do the damage, but not good enough to be called back for the second and third. How about Sean Johnson? Does he get a mention this year? Coming close last year?
Oh, what is the thing?
Nah, he was injured
guy.
too much.
Yeah,
He would have been
injured,
up there,
same
but
as
injuries. Same as Turbo.
otherwise he would be right up there.
Not even for a halfback or anything like that? Not, maybe not the overall daily in, but does he come into the equation for... Or he's well out of it?
Nah, no way.
Not enough games.
He got outplayed by way for his scummer. Was it the Panthers and he went to the Broncos? He played a lot better at 7 when he was playing in front
Martin,
of
Tim Whitey.
Tomato Martin.
Yeah.
Just it's sad to say, but he had a good. He finished off on high, but he had a well below par season, and that's why Warriors didn't make it. Man, he's your man. He's the polish.
Bobby, do you have a Dalian prediction outside of Jarome? Got a bolter?
Edwards is probably he's at the top when they went behind closed doors after that round 12. So it's interesting that he's got so many points at the Panthers because they've been without Cleary for heaps of games this year, and the person that's been leading them throughout that period has been Luai.
Yeah,
he's
true.
way down on that list.
Yeah.
It's like they don't want to give Luai any points. So Dylan Edwards has gotten heaps of points, like him and Yo for are the two.
And that's another thing with Edwards. He's sharing points with quality players, like Yo. Who'll collect points.
But
we'll see if he starts leading that Tigers pack, and he's still only getting 1 point. Come on.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I reckon DCE's probably got a good opportunity to get up there, only because of players that are in this sort of top 10 before they went behind closed doors. Those are the guys that haven't been injured as much this year, so they've been able to play more games to earn more points to go towards their Dalian end of season tally. So Kalen Ponga, I'd probably, he's there or thereabouts within striking distance, but he only had sort of like the last 5 or 6 games at the Knights. Yeah.
That's all it took to steal it from SJ, man.
Yeah, I know, right? I was just thinking that. He just came from nowhere last year, and the Knights went on that run, and then he got all of the points and pipped Sean by 1. So, yeah, I reckon it'll be a fullback. It'll either be Edwards, Teddy, probably Ponga outside. Yeah.
Ooh.